food can really ruin your trip.
Of course.
You have to eat.
Of course.
So if the food's not good, why am I coming back? What is poppin', y'all? Caramel Rosé's in the building, and we are back for another video, a long overdue video with my boy.
See that gold chatter?
There we go. I got another traveler with me, so we're gonna have a conversation today about places that we've been, food that we enjoy, and we're gonna be reviewing food from one of our local chefs in Toronto. His name is Chef Tizzy.
Hello, Chef Tizzy, man.
Yeah.
I love my food.
Yeah. So I'm really excited.
That looks so good.
He also gave us wings for a challenge, so stay tuned for that video too. But yeah, thank you guys so much for clicking this video, tuning in. I have been MIA. So the fact that you're here, it is super, super love. Like, y'all have no idea.
Cheers. All right, let's get into the video.
All right, I'm ready to try this. I think that's where I want to start.
Okay.
So we did just reheat it and like mix it up. The sauce is like pretty creamy, but obviously if we had this right away from when he made it, it probably would have been even crazier. Mine has like bell peppers. It's mixed with chicken and shrimp, but
I think mine has no shrimp.
Yeah, because he doesn't eat seafood, so his is without seafood. I'm about to take a bite with some of the chicken and a bell pepper.
All right, ready?
Uh-huh.
Hold on now.
Hold on now.
I have to eat this off camera.
We might cancel the video. We actually have more important things to do.
This is busting. This is so good.
This is fire.
You can even see the seasoning on the pasta.
Yeah.
And the chicken. And the peppers.
No. Let me try the shrimp because, you know, I have to be the one to give the review on that.
Yeah? Cooked well? Jeez.
Yeah. So the thing is, crab legs is my favorite seafood. But shrimp, I would say on a regular basis is my favorite seafood. So my whole life, like shrimp was my thing. Like I would eat shrimp all the time. And then I became allergic to it.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
No word.
Because you know you can gain allergies. So one day I was regular, had shrimp. I think I had it for like lunch, and then by the nighttime my face had broken out. And I didn't know what it was. I was just like, what the hell? And I never thought it could have been shrimp because I eat shrimp all the time. Woke up the next morning, it was gone. I said, okay, fine, whatever. Maybe it was just like I reacted to something. Didn't look into it. You know, a lot of people, we don't be going to the doctors. So I just left it alone. Next day now, same thing. Had my leftovers. By the time the night came, I broke out again. I said, there's no way I'm allergic to the nighttime.
You cannot be for real. Oh my God, you for real?
No.
I was so convinced it wasn't the shrimp that I genuinely thought I was allergic to the nights. I was like, this is impossible. So then I'm like, you know what? Okay, let's just go get an allergy test and see. And it was shrimp. Shrimp was the only thing I reacted to. So I stopped eating shrimp for about a year. And then I was tempted.
Then
so
you're like, you know what?
I just took a little one, and I was fine. So I think I just needed a, what is it, purge of it?
They got temporary allergies?
Yo, I was so happy it was temporary, because if I couldn't have this today, I would have been so upset.
You would have been cheesed.
I would have been so mad.
For sure. This is really good. I mean, for us, like, we travel a lot. Right? How many? Huh?
That's what I wanted to talk about. So I've been to 39 countries now. He just hit what?
26.
26. We are low-key spoiled.
Yeah, we're lucky.
Like Toronto already in itself is a boiling pot of different cultures, but like everything is just still so authentic. So when we go other places and we don't get good food, like, we're kind of confused. When I went to London, I was so confused because I was like, oh, bless. It's a diverse city. I'm going to be blessed. I had to become a chef. I literally had to start cooking every day.
That's crazy. Because
the food is garbage. It's actually useless. Like that plate. You know what? Let me not bash London because I know some of y'all support me from there. And you know what? Just learn to cook if you want to go to London. That's all I got to say. Like, it was a really, really big disappointment coming from Toronto. And like, to our point, We have people like this, regular, like small business owners that cook like this. We have the regular restaurants that cook very good food. We have authentic, like it's, I can't even explain to you guys like how good the food is. We have something to brag about.
The other day I went to actually a spot up in Ajax here. It's Greek and Trini. And they're literally doing like Slovakia with curry chicken on in a roti wrap.
That's crazy. You know what? I've never actually tried it. I've always seen it pop up.
You gotta try it.
And I looked at it sideways because you know when some fusions don't make sense. What do you mean Greek and Trini? First of all, that is the perfect segue because I was gonna say outside of Trinidad and Jamaica, my next favorite place that I've eaten is Greece.
Oh no way.
It is lit. I would go back there with my eyes closed.
Oh shoot.
Just to eat the food. Like that's how much I enjoyed the food in Greece. Sorry. When I say a fusion like that, they're both very, very good delicacies separately. I didn't think they can go together. And now that you vouched for it, I might have to try it.
Yeah, you gotta try it.
I might have to try it.
Yeah. So you already know what's number one, though. It's on the chain?
Yeah,
come on now.
I can't lie.
It's right there.
Trinidad is actually number one.
The reason it's number one is obviously because my family makes the food. I go there quite often, and it's probably one of the countries that I've been to the most. Trinidad for sure, number one.
It's funny because I always thought that, okay, maybe I'm biased because again, this is what we grew up with. We grew up with this palette of food, right? So I'm just like, maybe I'm just biased. Maybe that's why I love Trinidadian food so much, and I think it's number one. But then I thought about it, and I'm like, nah, because people from other cultures also grew up on that palette and had their food their whole life, and they're still saying other countries.
Of course.
They're not saying their country just because it's what they're used to. So I'm like, no, Trinidad actually is that girl.
You could be biased. Sorry.
No, it's not biased. But no, I feel like it does have an influence. But like I thought about it and I'm like, it's actually not just because of that. If you've ever been to Trinidad or if you ever are going to Trinidad, just in general, the food palette is insane. Trinidad's a country that comes from Indian and African descent. So we have a big Indian influence in a lot of our food, and we also have a lot of African influences on our food. So our culture, our people is just like a mix of so many different things. It really shows in our food, and like it is something I will brag about for the rest of my life.
Yeah, of course.
I will brag about it because we are that girl when it comes to food. And that's just that on that. She's number one.
Is it number one for you too?
Yeah, she is. And we didn't talk about this, We're actually like number one.
Okay,
easy.
Say less. My second one, and I don't know if this is cheating or not, but I would have to say Canada. Is that cheating?
No.
If I say Canada, no. And because of Canada, things like this.
Yeah, no. Like no. Toronto, Canada counts.
And it's obviously where I was born, right?
Yeah.
So I would have to go with Canada. There's so many different foods, like Peruvian food, like anything, Ethiopian food, anything you want to try, we have it here, and it's actually tastes authentic, and it's really good. So
I've never thought about having Canada on the list, but Canada is definitely up for me because again, I can brag about it for the rest of my life as well. It's hard for me to put it at 2 because it just feels wrong.
I agree.
It just feels wrong.
That might change for me too, but like in the moment,
right now after eating Chef Tizzys food, it's at number 2. I would say I have to put my countries first. Jamaica is gonna have to be number 2, just out of the mere fact. Again, it's a place that you aren't disappointed no matter where you're going in the country. The food is good, and it's just influential to the point that like you can go anywhere in the world, and I promise you'll find a Jamaican restaurant somewhere. Like
that's right.
Out of all the Caribbean islands, the odds of you finding Jamaican food somewhere else is the highest.
When we were in Trinidad, there was non-stop jerk chicken stands.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Bro, my uncle on my Jamaican side moved to Tobago and opened a Jamaican restaurant. So the most recent place I went to was Aruba, which is obviously another Caribbean island. But I didn't like the food. Sorry. It's a beautiful island, but the best food I had there was from a Jamaican restaurant. That was what I looked forward to, and I went there like 3 times during my 6 days there because I knew I wouldn't have been disappointed. So Jamaica's gonna have to be number 2 for me.
Okay, number 3 for me, and my favorite country in the world is Italy. I spent a lot of time when I was on the cruise in Italy, and going to different like cities and trying different foods. The food in Italy is spectacular. Like the pasta, the pizza, everything. The sauce they use, it's all like homemade. Like you could feel it, the bread. So
They're
good.
also trendsetters, though.
Yeah,
They've
for
influenced
sure.
a lot of food around the world.
Rasta pasta,
Yeah,
like
they have.
Italian fusion.
Everywhere you'll find pasta. Everywhere, like you'll find pizza. Like everywhere has taken their own versions of it, and the pizza we have here is not the pizza they have in Italy. But they're also kind of trendsetters in that space because, yeah, they're good at it. So I can see why they're top 3. My number 3 is Greece. Like I said it earlier, I would go there with my eyes glued shut.
I need to get there.
When I will find this clip for y'all. When I say the Greek, they're romancing me. Yeah, I'm in an intimate relationship. Like it's a very emotional time for me when I had the food in Greece. Are you guys stupid? This is so good. Like when you go places, the experience you have also adds to it, and I didn't expect the people in Greece to be so welcoming. People are just so down to earth, friendly. As we're walking by, people are speaking to us. When we're going to eat, they're like, here, try this. This is authentic and whatever. Just, it was an amazing experience in itself. So it was really the icing on the cake that the food was amazing. But bro, I'm going back blindfolded. I don't need to see nothing in there no more. I will just eat my life away and I'll be happy. I will say Athens specifically, because when I went to Santorini, I didn't find it to be as good. But I don't know if it's just because they're like their own island, so maybe they don't have the same access to certain things as the mainland.
Okay, there you have it.
Yeah, I can't think of any more of my faves. Those are definitely my faves. Obviously, Canada is getting the honorable mention. I think all the major cities in Canada I can vouch for because they're multicultural. Canada will get the honorable mention in that one.
I would have to put Jamaica in there
as an honorable mention.
The reason why I didn't put Jamaica in the top 3 is because I've only been there for a short amount of time, but it's already in my top 3
on food
of countries that I've ever been to. Jamaican food, resort, and off the resort. Spectacular. Spectacular.
That is one place where, you know, it's typical that when you go somewhere, you're going to expect food that's not good on the resort because they cater to a certain clientele.
Facts.
Don't get me wrong, Jamaica does still cater to the clientele. Like, it may not be as spicy and
of course,
they may not season it as well as they normally would in their house, but the quality is actually still there. The food is not a disappointment if you eat on the resorts in Jamaica.
I don't like times where you go to Mexico or you go to Cuba or even like
DR.
Like, big disappointment on the food.
Yeah. And it ruins, the thing is, food can really ruin your trip.
Of course.
You have to eat.
Of course.
So if the food's not good, why am I coming back?
It literally puts a bad taste in you. But off the resort, like when you have that experience, like when I mean experience, like I literally had fresh fish and I'm like taking it from the man's hand. He's like, which one do you want? I took a red snapper.
Yeah.
Cooking it right there. Oh my Lord.
It's a different experience. It really is. Where would you say is somewhere that maybe shocked you then? Where you're probably just like, yo, I actually wasn't expecting the food to be good.
I would probably have to say Vietnam or Thailand, because I'm not really a heavy into like pho and all that stuff. But when I went there and I tried it out, the broth, everything was fresh.
Yeah.
I was like, what? And you're getting these things for, when I say cheap, like for the quality that you get.
Yeah, like, they're good with portions and stuff too.
And it feels good to support them too, because there's some places that I went, it felt like somebody's home that I was in, and it was like, it just felt super right. I would probably say Thailand at 5 and then Vietnam next.
I would say a place that surprised me would probably be the Philippines. We got a huge Filipino community.
Yeah, some adobo.
Yeah.
And some longanisa. Shout out all my Filipinos.
There was a restaurant across the street from my elementary school that I'd go to, but I'd only have lumpia because I didn't know what else to get. So, like, I haven't really eaten much Filipino food. When I went this year, I was just like, these guys are just Caribbean people. Like, their adobo is like our stew chicken. Like there's certain dishes that you see that it's just like, oh shoot, like it's a lot of similarities. Not that I wasn't expecting the food to be good. I knew their food was good. It's just because I hadn't got to experience it myself, I was probably like, oh yeah, it'll be decent.
You weren't expecting it to be like really
I was just like, oh wow, like I would actually like eat here every day without a problem. Just even the people in itself, like that's another place where I felt so welcome. Like I would go back there in a heartbeat.
What do we review the food though?
Okay, yeah, we ate most of it now.
I think I gave my review.
We can just like give our
A
ranking
number,
and
like
stuff.
out of 10.
Yeah, you can see he actually ate way more than me.
That's kind of marked.
I was just chatting.
I would say this was really good. I would give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
That's like considering everything, spices,
Mm-hmm.
food.
I would say, yeah, actually my rank will be about the same. It is it's a very consistent plate. Like the flavor's there, the portion is there. Look, bro, I'm gonna have food for tomorrow. Like the sauce, again, I took this and this is a couple hours after. It still has sauce. It hasn't dried up in the pasta. Like that's a skill in itself. So I would highly recommend, especially if you're visiting Toronto, if you're from Toronto, check out his page, Chef Tizzys Kitchen. I will post his page. I'll show y'all some of his posts. Bro, don't sleep on our Toronto chefs, huh? Don't play yourself. Don't play yourself. Go follow him at the very least, because I promise you, going through his page will have your mouth watering.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And he does catering too.
Yeah. And he's a cool guy. So just hit him up. Yeah. We'll drop his info. We'll drop each other's info. And we will catch you guys in the next one.
Yes, sir. We out.
Later.
See that? Go try that out,